Sam, we're here to discuss the financial results of Reliance Capital in the third quarter. When I spoke to you last quarter, I remember you said that the second half for the company would be better in terms of profitability, and then demonetization came along,
That's
completely unanticipated. It doesn't seem to have affected the results by much. Can you take us through the impact that it's had?
Yeah, I think this last quarter profits have grown by 252 crores, up 8%. If you look at it overall terms, all the businesses, the core business, have all shown increase in profits, and we haven't shown any profits from stake sales or from investment or any capital gains. So I think this good thing is that all the core business have shown profits. If I go through the businesses, general insurance obviously has shown significant increase in terms of profits. The last 2-3 years ago, it was a loss-making company. Now every quarter it shows significant profits. Overall profit for general insurance is about 61 crores. Even if you take out the third-party provisioning, which you're putting aside every quarter, other 40 crores, even then our profits are up nearly 20%. If you look at our lending businesses, both our lending businesses, even with the demonetization effect, have shown growth in AUM. So AUMs for our commercial finance is at nearly 16,000 crores, up about 8-10%. And for our home finance is about 10,000 crores, up 40%. And both profits for both of them up about 3-4%.
So essentially no real impact on account of demonetization, or could it have been more if demonetization had not been there?
No, I think the profits obviously would have expected to be better if there's no demonetization, because what had happened was disbursements had fallen in the month of November and partially in December. So that obviously has an impact. But however, with that also, AUMs have grown. So otherwise you could have seen significantly higher growth in AUMs.
Now very quickly, we spoke about this the last time, the structural changes. On the one hand, the media deal has gone through. When is the money likely to come in?
No, so our intention is that by 31st March, you'll find that not only will we complete that, but also the demerger of our Reliance Commercial Finance, which was in the process. So that also we'll try and ensure that happens, and Reliance Capital becomes a core investment company. Further also on our housing finance, if you look at it, as we had mentioned earlier, that we are going to list it, and by giving 49% of the shares of the housing finance to existing shareholders of Reliance Capital, that will happen in the month of April, May. So that also transaction will be completed, whereby each of our Reliance Capital shareholders will get one free share in our housing finance business.
Got it. Now I want to go forward and ask you about the lending businesses. What is the impact that you're seeing in terms of disbursements? Are you seeing a pickup? Because in that housing finance space especially, a lot of banks have reduced the rates dramatically, but they're not seeing the kind of disbursements that they would have hoped to see, because the housing market per se has slowed down. What is your experience in that space?
No, see, obviously we're a very small player, first of all, in the housing finance space. However, for us, disbursements continue to grow at quite a significant rate, nearly 60-70% growth, and that's why AUMs have grown 40%. And also you look at it that we also focus on the affordable housing space. So that affordable housing space still is growing. In the large ticket housing, obviously there has been a slowdown, but because of the focus at the lower end, that I think there's huge opportunity that will continue to grow.
Okay, now with respect to your different businesses, you said general insurance has turned the corner, housing finance is doing well, commercial finance is doing well, life insurance is doing well. Can you now effectively say that you've turned the corner in terms of all your businesses? And where do we see it go from here?
So I should just cover the asset management business, because if you look at with the demonetization, there's been a positive impact on the asset management business.
Right.
And the AUMs have grown up by 25% to nearly 2 lakh
because of transfer of assets from savings to
into the mutual fund industry, and mutual fund industry across the board has benefited of this.
Right.
So profit of that also has grown.
But effectively for Reliance Capital, at what stage can you effectively say from here on out the launchpad is secure?
Yes, so for mutual fund, life, general, even our broking business, if you look at it, broking business in the past was showing losses, and this year it's shown a profit every quarter. This quarter also shown a profit of 14 crores.
Right.
So I think all our business, if you look at it, have shown profits, and will continue showing profits going forward.
And with that in mind, FY17, what kind of results are we looking at? And in the last quarter, of course.
No, obviously, from a core business perspective, all the business will show better performance than last year. In terms of last year, we also had capital gains from the stake sale of our asset management business and our life business. This year, we may not see a stake sale, because on the general insurance side, we are obviously looking at seeing what we can do there. And with about 25-30 players in the market, obviously there's opportunity for amalgamation. Same way on the life side, we feel that though we have Nippon Life as a partner, But with so many players, the opportunity for amalgamation also is available, and we look at that. As
So you'll be looking for partners in both those.
Especially on the life insurance business, obviously, a banker player would be fairly or would help the business. On the general insurance side, because we own 100% of the company, obviously we look at bringing some partners.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sparing the time, Sam.
Pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.